Hey guys, it's Roman and Annalie here.
Hi.
And we're from Centered Connections and we are conscious relationship coaches. So we're here kind of making a few videos and thought we'd make another one, something that's...
We wanted to talk about around communication.
Yeah, because you see how important it is to communicate what you actually want in life.
Because oftentimes we tend to not communicate what we want, and we assume that the other person that we're communicating with actually knows what we want.
Or what we're thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll share a little example
I guess,
of...
yeah, just from our personal experience.
Yeah.
Everything that we share anyway, like, comes from personal experience. And just in our relationship, we see how important it is to be able to communicate what you want. But sometimes I think we get scared. We get scared to actually communicate what we want.
So I think, yeah, for
Do you want to
us,
share your take on it?
Yeah, for me it was, I came home and I had a big realisation that I've thought about at work, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to share this with Annalie, and it was a big breakthrough for me. And we got home and we kind of started having dinner and we're just talking as you do, and then I started to share the realisation I got. But I didn't communicate the importance it was for me and how much it opened me up to realise something. And I just kind of shared it off the cuff kind of thing in mid-conversation. So Annalie wasn't aware of the importance it had on me, right?
No.
So he was just like, oh, he's just talking about his stuff. And it was something that was pretty basic, right? But for me, it was on such a much deeper level and opened me up. So when I shared that, Annalie's kind of like, oh yeah, I know that, yeah. And she just kind of went on her thing and started talking about her thing. And what I noticed is like, what? Like internal dialogue was just like, oh my God, she doesn't even care. She's just talking about her thing. And
so then when I asked him about something, his opinion on something, he kind of projected, oh yeah, whatever, do whatever you want.
yeah, just
kind
kind
of
of like,
thing.
you
Yeah.
don't need me anyway. You don't care. You don't need me. You know everything.
Well, that was internally.
Yeah, this was internally.
But that's not what he actually said. He was like, oh yeah, do what you think. But I could feel the energy of what he was projecting. So his words weren't matching the energy that he was
Yeah, it's like
firing
I was
at
saying
me.
one thing, but underneath was like, and up yours, do what you want. But like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, and I noticed that within me, and I'm like, shit, like what? Like after a while, Annalie's like, what's going on?
What's going on? There's
What's going on with
something's
you?
not
I'm like, oh,
marrying
babe,
up.
there's, yeah. And I could share with her, I'm like, what was going on internally, that I'm like, I'm really upset, I'm really annoyed with you because you don't need me, and you just flip this big realization that I had, and
You don't even care.
and you don't even care. Just like, what are you talking about? Like, Annalie had no idea that I was upset over that. And when we could share, like when I could share what I actually wanted and how big the realization was for me, she's like, why don't you tell me? Then I could actually listen.
And be present. Because sometimes I just,
No.
and I don't even realize, like, it's not even something that I'm conscious of. So for that to be brought to my awareness, then I can be more aware of being more present, because I tend to be taken out of the present because I'm so like forward projecting.
Yeah,
right?
and you just have a lot to say.
A lot to
and,
say,
yeah, there's a
and
lot
try to get
happening,
everything
yeah.
out before I forget everything.
Yeah. So when I could communicate, now it's for me to be able to communicate what I want. It's like, hey babe, I've got something really important to share with you. I had a really big realization at work and I want to share it with you. So do you think Annalie's listening would be very different?
It would be very different.
Compared to we were just off the cuff having a conversation, and I just kind of said something that we both already know. So if it doesn't seem like a big thing, but it was for me. So if I could communicate that, then her listening would be very different.
Very different.
And then that wouldn't have happened. So I seen the importance of communicating in every aspect of what's important to you
Yeah.
and how you want the other person to be listening to or what you actually need in that moment. Because if we don't ask for what we need, the other person doesn't know.
Has no idea.
And then they're guessing, and then
And then what can happen is, you know, like if you had said to me, or like, what could happen is I could get triggered,
yeah,
and then I could be like, well, what the fuck?
what's wrong with
Like,
Roman?
what's wrong with
I didn't even
Roman?
do
Why I
anything.
didn't do
What's
anything
up his
wrong?
ass?
Exactly. If that wasn't communicated
Yeah.
and he didn't express the importance of that conversation with me, I could have gotten triggered and gone, well, what the F? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
He didn't say there was anything wrong, but I could clearly feel that there was something wrong, but he wasn't explaining to me what was going wrong. Then I get all up in my
Yeah.
head and then start going, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I can't do anything right.
So we see how this can play out in relationships when people aren't aware, when people don't communicate what they want, and they internalize their fears or their frustrations, and then the other person is guessing and doesn't know
both
what's going on.
guessing. You're both
Yeah.
guessing all the time.
Yeah.
You make whatever they say or whatever their actions, you make it mean something in your head. And if you're not verbally expressing it,
Yeah.
no one knows what's going on.
going on?
And we're just making up all these
Yeah.
stories in our head.
And I think that's why it's so important to do this work, to be conscious of what's going on internally, because I could be aware of what's happening, but if I was kind of like, oh, it's all her fault, she didn't listen,
Yeah.
she didn't do this, why didn't she listen to me, man?
And then I'd be the same back at him.
It's like, I didn't do anything, so it goes backwards and forwards, and we see this
Yeah.
so much in relationships,
Yeah.
like pointing the finger, well, what's up your ass, and
Yeah.
why did you do this,
And
how
it
come?
carries on. It
Yeah.
can carry on for weeks.
Yeah,
like,
arguments can
yeah.
literally, and what are most arguments about? Who's right and who's wrong? It's ridiculous. But when I could be aware of like, okay, there's a part of me that's got triggered or something happened within me for this to happen. And when I could look at that and go, wow, I had a feeling of not being needed or wanted. And that's what was moving through. And it had nothing to do with Annalie. So when I
No.
could express that when she did X, I reacted like this, and that was moving for me. She didn't have to react. She'd go, oh, wow, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And we could actually talk about what's actually going on
Yeah.
and not what we think is going on.
Yeah.
And when that's cleared up, like it's gone in an instant. We could have a laugh about it, and then I could express what actually happened, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And it could literally end right there and then.
Fights.
Yeah, so we see the importance of having these conscious conversations, becoming aware of who we are and what triggers and emotions are moving through us, because most of the time people
don't-
aren't aware of what's
we don't
moving
even
through.
know.
Yeah.
We don't actually even know until we verbalize it.
Yeah.
Until it comes out of our mouth, it's just stuff in our head.
Yeah. And when you have a partner that's aware of her stuff, that she doesn't get triggered because I got triggered. You know, when that happens, I get triggered and she's like, oh, I did something wrong, so she gets triggered and we just both triggered. But when the other person can be, okay, that's Roman stuff, that's got
his stuff,
nothing
not my
to
stuff.
do with her, and she can just be there for me, it makes it so much easier.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we just really wanted to share that because that was a big part for us not long ago, and I think hopefully it will support you in being able to communicate a little bit better and support you through that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many more to come.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Okay, bye.